Today, Harman Photo released their first ever color film. And it's kind of crazy to think that even film companies are coming out with new stuff. Like film, really? Do people still shoot film? They absolutely do. It's still alive. And today we're going to give you a first look at the new film and what it looks like. What's up, guys? If you're new here, my name is Paul and I run a channel that inspires other creators that your future is whatever you make it. I do that through gear reviews and tutorials, and today is a little bit different because, you know, I typically shoot Sony cameras. I do Sony photography, you know, very mirrorless digital look where you can get whatever image out of it you want and edit it and tweak it all. Where with film, I think it's a very artistic, stylistic look, and I don't really shoot film very often. I have a film camera that my buddy gave me that I still haven't even yet developed, but because I haven't gone through the entire roll yet, you know, it's a little bit different where you with film, you got to go through that entire roll and then you can send it off to get developed and scanned. And speaking of that, I want to thank my good friend Michael Hankus. He owns Reformed Film Lab, and he had me come out to shoot this video for the Harman release. So I got to experience it firsthand, experience shooting with that film, and we're going to go over a lot of those photos today and show you what this film looks like, because it has a very distinct look, and it's the first ever colored film from Harman, because they typically just do black and white. And if you want any film or you want to start getting into this type of film photography, check out the link below in the description. It's my buddy's film lab. He sells film, he develops film, processes it. You just ship him the film and he takes care of the rest. Check out all those links below. They're doing some great stuff over there at that lab. And we're going to go over some of these photos. So these are photos from Harman right here. And this look, this first one, you can really kind of start to see the grain a little bit. It's an ISO 200 film. So when you shoot film, you got to pick your ISO in the film, and it's not in the camera like I'm so used to. So this is an ISO 200, very daylight film because you need to have a lot of light with that ISO. You can shoot in the darkness, but you just gotta be mindful of all your lights around. And the cool thing that Harman does say, you're gonna find a lot of halations and such in really bright lights, and I'm gonna show you an example of that a little bit later, so keep that in mind. But this photo right here, you know, is from Harman. It's just, you know, you can see a little bit of the grain in the sky. You know, I really like what this film does to the greens and the blues. The greens just look so cool, and you can already see that. You look at this and it's like, wow, that's vintage right there. And you go on to this next photo of this guy. They're really pushing into the reds, the greens, and the blues in these. It really has that vintagey vibe. You can see that in this guy's like red sweater. This is another one. This looks like a very vintage photo right here, like the photo booth. The reds, they just look a little dim. They're not as like super vibrant, you know. I don't know, it has that like retro-y look. I really like it. I think it's super cool. And once again, you can see a little bit of the grain in this. And then here's a Rubik's Cube color. So this kind of like helps you kind of see all the different colors that this kind of film makes it look like. And it very, very retro, very retro. I mean, it's gonna be a theme that I'm saying throughout this video. It's just, it looks retro, but you're shooting with film, so you're kind of going for that look, right? Here's a good example of, you can see the grain. It looks nice. Starting to see some punchy colors in this like flowery yellows and oranges, just really punchy. We're gonna see some more from Michael that he shot later with these yellows. Here's just a beach scene, you know, it's very vintagey. The blues, you just look at the blues in that water and the sky, you know. And it just looks great. These type of photos are like, man, those are cool. I would like to maybe shoot some film. I don't know, maybe I will. Now here we're gonna get to Michael's photos, and I'm gonna start off with this first one here because I was mentioning that you're gonna see halations in the light. And you can already see it right here in this sky. It's kind of blown out. I mean, obviously you're shooting into the sky a little bit, so you're gonna get that naturally, but see the beams that's going around the light. That's kind of like what this film would do if you shot into some headlights or you shot into like a street light or something like that. these type of things, a bright sign with lights on it, you're gonna get some halations from it. So starting to get into some of these portraits with some more people. You can kind of see what they do to the skin tones. Obviously, you can tell in this photo right here that they're kind of looking into the sun. The sun is kind of facing them, and they're in a weird spot where they're in some shadows and some light. And so you can see what that sun, that orangey look kind of does to their skin. And then in the same token here, they're in full light. This next photo where she's in the air, there's light all over the place. You can see that her skin tones is looking a little bit more traditional look in that one. But all these photos, they look just super grainy and it has a very distinct look, this colored thing. So the Harman's not trying to come out and replicate anybody's stuff. They're just trying to bring in their own vibe of colored film, and I think it's really, really neat. Really neat. I like when companies try to do something and branch off and do their own thing. You can see the color in this green tealish like chair. So, and just look at notice in all these, the greenery, the grass. Like, I really like what this film does to the greens. I think it looks great. Speaking of green, there's a Christmas tree. You know, it's that time of the season. I got to get my Christmas tree up in my room here. But yeah, the greens, just the green on like landscapes just look great. Now, then we went to a state park, and this is one of the photos we took out there. It's like there's a lot. We wanted to get a lot of the greens and showcase a lot of the greens, and there's just the rock form, and you can really see the film grain in a lot of these. So, and then you just got a big statue there. Let's see, oh, and we got one of me. Aha! So look at the grain in this. Now we were in a kind of a dark area where we were surrounded by trees, so there wasn't a lot of light coming through. So it really kind of, and we were in the bright sun of the day. It was a little overcast outside, so you got to be mindful of your environment when you're shooting with this film, because ISO 200, you're going to need a lot of light. It was an overcast day, so probably not the greatest time to shoot a lot of these photos, but you can see really on my skin tones, I wasn't really exposed very brightly there. This was like an overcasty day, so yeah, we sometimes you can't win with photography. You gotta go out there and shoot with whatever you got. So here's some yellow flowers, and you can really kind of compare those to like the original Harman photos. Their yellows are just punchy. They're punchy. And we got a cool butterfly. A butterfly was like landing on a tree in front of us, and he was able to shoot some photos of the butterfly. So look at that bokeh, that 1.4 juiciness. I mean, my goodness, that bokeh on that lens that he was shooting. He was shooting with like a Leica camera. And then we got his car, which is a bright red car, and you can kind of see what the film does to the reds. Yep, that looks great. It's a nice looking car. Good old Mini Coopers. I love what this does to the wood with this little pot here. And you can see all like some of the greens on the wood, and this looks so cool. I love this look. It's great. These are all the examples that I wanted to share with you, just so you guys can have a different perspective of what this Phoenix 200 film looks like. Congratulations, Harman, for coming out with something new, and you really have probably posted some excitement across the community of photographers that shoot film, just coming out with something new. They're like, ooh, something new? Usually they're getting whatever they've had for years, right? And now, Harman is coming out with something new. So that's new and exciting. So congratulations, Harman, on the new product. Thanks for watching. If you actually made it this far, do check out Reform Film Lab. If you want to purchase any of this film, links will be all down in the description below. If you want me to shoot film, let me know. I might try it. I don't know how much people are excited about film these days, but if you are, share your love down in the comments below about how much you love film. And do all the fun YouTube-y things while you're down there. Like, subscribe, and you guys know that I will see you in the future.